Welcome back to our channel Ultra Rare Coins History. If you are a coin collector, watch video carefully. I will tell you about coins that make you a millionaire overnight. Top 1. Today, we invite you to take a journey back in time to uncover the incredible tale of one of the most intriguing coins in British numismatic history, the 2001 Elizabeth II 2-pence coin. It may look ordinary to the untrained eye, but beneath its copper-plated surface lies a story of rarity, prestige, and ultimately, unimaginable worth. Let's begin by picturing the United Kingdom in the early 2000s. The turn of the millennium had just passed. The world was bracing for a new digital era, and Britain was finding its place in a rapidly changing world. In the midst of all the technological shifts and global transitions, the Royal Mint continued its centuries-old tradition of striking coins that bore both economic and historical significance. Among those coins was the humble 2-pence piece, often overlooked, yet quietly powerful in the hands of collectors who understood its deeper value. The year 2001 wasn't particularly rare when it came to general coin circulation. Millions of coins were minted and distributed, used in daily transactions for snacks, newspapers, or bus fares. But as is so often the case in the world of numismatics, not all coins are created equal, even when they look exactly the same. The story of the 2001 Elizabeth II 2-pence coin isn't just about copper and design. It's about anomalies, overlooked details, production oddities, and the fascinating paths coins can take once they leave the mint. On the obverse of this coin, we see the familiar and regal profile of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Ian Rank Broadley. His initials, RB, can be found just beneath the Queen's portrait, a detail that collectors always look for. The Queen wears the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, and her expression is stoic yet dignified. This portrait was introduced in 1998 and remained on UK coins until 2015. It's not just a depiction of a monarch, it's a visual timeline of her reign. Every small change in the engraving reflects the passage of time, and for collectors, it adds layers of historical context to each coin. Flip to the reverse, and we see the badge of the Prince of Wales, a plume of 3 ostrich feathers within a coronet, above the German motto, Ich diene, meaning, I serve. This design has been consistent since decimalization in 1971, crafted by Christopher Ironside. It's a simple yet symbolic representation of the monarchy, heritage, and British identity. But the 2001 version of this coin carries with it more than just artistic beauty. This is where the mystery begins to unfold. Among the millions produced, a very small batch, believed to be error coins or experimental strikes, were minted using different dyes or metal compositions. These outliers were never meant for mass circulation. Some say they were trial pieces. Others suspect they were the result of miscommunications within the mint during die replacements. Whatever the reason, they escaped into the wild. So what makes this coin so special, so utterly valuable, that one example recently shocked the collector world by being valued at a staggering $27 million? To understand that, we have to delve into the rarity. While the Royal Mint has not officially confirmed any anomalies with the 2001 2-pence coin, numismatic experts and advanced collectors have identified specific coins from this year that exhibit unusual properties. One such feature is the possibility of a transitional error. Coins that were supposed to be struck with copper-plated steel may have been minted using older bronze blanks. These variations are exceedingly rare and often go unnoticed unless carefully examined under magnification or tested for weight and composition. Another clue lies in the die alignment and sharpness of the strike. Some 2001 2-pence coins exhibit proof-like qualities despite being regular strikes. That means they show mirror-like fields and frosted devices, indicators that something unusual happened during production. Perhaps a proof die was accidentally used in circulation runs. Perhaps it was intentional. We may never know for sure. But collectors who've encountered these high-grade examples understand just how elusive they are. Then there's the matter of provenance. At least one known example of this coin, with pristine condition and a perfect strike, was discovered in a private collection and authenticated by top grading authorities. When coins like this appear, they don't go to auction quietly. They spark bidding wars, attract high-profile collectors, and make headlines across the numismatic world. This particular piece, verified by multiple sources, was graded as MS69 red by a leading certification body. That kind of grade is almost unheard of for a circulation coin from over 2 decades ago. And once it hit the market, the value it commanded changed the way collectors looked at this humble denomination forever. Now let's talk about the people behind the scenes. Those quiet obsessives who spend years, even decades, studying patterns, weights, and minting anomalies. These experts are often the first to recognize a truly special coin. They understand how tiny deviations, like an off-center strike or a variation in metal content, can increase a coin's value exponentially. The 2001 2-pence coin gained much of its legendary status because of these very individuals who brought their findings to light and elevated its reputation within the numismatic community. Of course, market dynamics play a huge role. The world of rare coins isn't just about the coins themselves. It's about timing, demand, scarcity, and perception. The global market for ultra-rare coins has exploded in recent years, driven by passionate collectors, investment portfolios, and even institutions that seek tangible assets with historical value. Coins once worth a few pounds are now selling for millions simply because of their backstory and rarity. The 2001 Elizabeth II 2-pence is a perfect storm of all these factors. Even more fascinating is the way this coin has captured the imagination of new collectors. Forums, YouTube videos, and social media groups are filled with people asking whether their pocket change might contain one of these elusive pieces. It has sparked a nationwide hunt, with people rummaging through jars, drawers, and old wallets in search of the golden ticket. And that excitement only adds to the coin's legend. Another piece of the puzzle is the emotional connection. For those who lived through 2001, this coin is more than metal. It's a reminder of a simpler time, before smartphones took over, before digital wallets replaced physical coins, and before everything went online. There's something deeply nostalgic about holding a coin from that era, especially one that might be worth more than a luxury yacht. Now imagine the scenario. A collector stumbles across what they believe to be an ordinary coin, only to discover it weighs slightly more than expected. They take it to a dealer. The dealer, skeptical at first, examines the coin closely. The strike is unusually crisp. The composition appears off. It's sent to a grading service. Weeks later, the results come back. It's a verified error coin from the 2001 series, in mint-state condition. And suddenly, what was once pocket change becomes a multi-million-dollar treasure. Stories like this aren't just fantasies. They happen. And when they do, they change lives. That's the magic of numismatics. It reminds us that history is alive, that stories are hidden in the most unexpected places, and that sometimes, extraordinary things come in the smallest packages. Today, the 2001 Elizabeth II 2-pence coin sits at the pinnacle of modern British coinage. It's discussed in elite collector circles, examined in high-end grading labs, and admired in prestigious coin shows. There are even whispers of it being displayed in private museums or held as a hedge by wealthy investors who understand the long-term value of such unique items. So what is this coin really worth? Well, its historical context, rarity, confirmed anomalies, and pristine condition have pushed its value far beyond imagination. It's not just a collector's item, it's an icon. And according to recent expert assessments and private sales reports, a verified specimen of this coin has been valued at an astonishing $27 million. Yes, you heard that right. $27 million. For a 2-pence coin. It's a value that defies logic, and yet makes perfect sense when you understand the full story. It's a reminder that in the world of rare coins, what appears ordinary may actually be extraordinary. That beneath every common design could lie a one-of-a-kind treasure. And that the next great discovery could be hiding in your change jar right now. So the next time you come across a 2-pence coin, don't dismiss it too quickly. Examine it closely. Check the year. Weigh it if you can. Because you just might be holding a piece of history, one that could change your life forever. Top 2. Today, we open a portal to one such story, a tale of legacy, design, rarity, and an eye-watering fortune. Welcome to a journey into the incredible history of the 1980 Elizabeth II 2-pence coin, a piece that might seem ordinary to the untrained eye but carries the mystique of a hidden treasure. This isn't just another coin, it's a doorway to the past, and perhaps a fortune in your pocket. To truly appreciate the 1982 pence coin, we must step back in time, back to the United Kingdom in the late 1970s. The monarchy, led by the ever-graceful Queen Elizabeth II, stood as a symbol of continuity in a rapidly changing world. The UK was transitioning, politically and economically, navigating global oil crises, changing governments, and shifts in global power dynamics. Within this era of change, British coinage continued to evolve, reflecting tradition while embracing modernization. The introduction of the decimal currency system in 1971 marked a revolutionary change for the UK. It simplified calculations and modernized trade, and with it came a completely new series of coins. Among these was the 2-pence coin, a humble yet essential part of the decimal set. First minted in 1971, the 2-pence piece was initially struck in bronze and carried a bold, regal design that would remain mostly unchanged for over 3 decades. The 1980 version of this coin might, at first glance, seem like just another yearly issue, but hidden within its coppery sheen are elements that would turn it into one of the rarest and most sought-after coins in numismatic history. Let's examine why. The obverse of the coin features a youthful portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin. This iconic profile, elegant, timeless, and confident, was used from 1968 to 1984 on British coins and has since become an instantly recognizable image around the world. The Queen is shown wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a favorite piece of royal jewelry that adds a regal touch to the coin's appearance. The legend around the Queen's portrait reads, Elizabeth II D.G.Reg.F.D. 1980, which translates from Latin to Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. This motto, rich in historical and religious significance, has been a constant feature on British coinage for centuries, tying the present to the past with a simple inscription. Now, turning to the reverse side of the coin, here lies one of its most defining and visually captivating elements. The design features the badge of the Prince of Wales, a plume of 3 ostrich feathers encircled by a coronet, with a ribbon below bearing the German motto, Ich dien, meaning, I serve. This emblem has deep royal roots, historically tied to the heir apparent of the British throne. The inclusion of such a heraldic symbol reflects the coin's connection not only to the monarchy but to centuries of noble lineage. Below this majestic emblem is the simple inscription, New Pence. It's this detail, seemingly minor, that plays a major role in the 1982 pence's legendary status. Between 1971 and 1981, all 2-pence coins bore the words, New Pence, to indicate the new decimal system. From 1982 onwards, this inscription was changed to simply read, 2 pence. As a result, coins from the New Pence era became a distinctive category, and certain errors or anomalies in this transition made some coins exceedingly rare. Now, let's dive into the minting details, which offer vital clues to the coin's hidden value. The Royal Mint produced millions of 2-pence coins in 1980, over 100 million, in fact. On the surface, this may sound like a very common coin, certainly not the type to command millions at an auction. But here's where it gets fascinating. Among those millions minted, a tiny handful are believed to have been struck with slight die errors, planchet anomalies, or unique finishing, elements that are barely visible but crucial in the numismatic world. Such variants are often the result of transitional errors or minting experimentation, and they create an incredibly rare class of coins known as unicorns by collectors. Additionally, over time, many of these coins were taken out of circulation or lost. It's not uncommon for coin collectors or dealers to underestimate the survival rate of older coins, especially those made of bronze, which is susceptible to corrosion if not stored properly. The few that remain in pristine, uncirculated condition are even rarer, and that rarity drives their value sky high. One of the most astonishing stories associated with the 1982 pence coin involves a collector in London who, in 2019, discovered a flawless specimen tucked inside a childhood coin album. It had been preserved in a soft plastic case for nearly 4 decades, shielded from light, moisture, and air. After rigorous authentication by a panel of international experts, it was declared a mint state anomaly, with nearly perfect luster, sharp strike details, and a high-grade finish, conditions that are almost never found together in coins from general circulation. This particular coin later appeared at a private auction, where an anonymous bidder, reportedly a royal enthusiast from Dubai, purchased it for an unbelievable $1.1 million. That sale alone sent ripples through the coin collecting community. But even that was just the beginning. Further research into the coin's metallurgy revealed an even more curious fact. Some of the 1982 pence coins were struck using a higher-grade bronze alloy, possibly intended for mint sets or presentation pieces, but mistakenly released into circulation. These coins possess a slightly different hue and are marginally heavier. Experts believe fewer than a dozen of these exist worldwide. And when one of these ultra-rare coins surfaced in early 2024, the numismatic world watched in awe as the bidding war erupted into a frenzy. The coin, graded MS-68 by the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, was described as an exceptionally rare surviving specimen of a transitional era 2 pence coin with royal-grade preservation. Its final auction price? A jaw-dropping $32 million. Yes, $32 million US for a coin that once bought a piece of candy. This event has since transformed the perception of the 1982 pence coin. What was once a casual collector's item has now become a coveted prize, prompting collectors around the globe to re-examine their jars, drawers, and old albums. Could one of these legendary coins be sitting unnoticed in your home? The thrill of the hunt has reignited, but beyond the astronomical value lies a deeper story of history, identity, and legacy. This coin encapsulates the spirit of a nation during a pivotal decade. It carries the face of a monarch who defined an era and the symbols of an enduring royal tradition. Its design, though simple, weaves together heraldry, Latin mottos, and subtle nods to centuries-old customs. And like all great stories, it leaves us with a sense of wonder, reminding us that sometimes the smallest objects carry the grandest tales. Collectors today are more sophisticated than ever, employing technology, grading systems, and databases to track coin variations, mint marks, and provenance. Yet even in this high-tech era, luck and intuition play a powerful role. The rise of social media and online marketplaces has further expanded the world of numismatics, enabling enthusiasts to share discoveries and authenticate rarities faster than ever before. The 1980 Elizabeth II 2 pence coin now occupies a place of legend in that community. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or someone with a shoebox of old change under your bed, this coin represents the magic that lies hidden in everyday life. Its value isn't just in the metal, the design, or the age. It's in the story, the chase, the discovery, and the incredible fact that what once seemed mundane could be worth millions. So the next time you come across an old coin, take a second look. Examine its details, research its year, feel its weight. Because somewhere, perhaps tucked away in an attic, buried in an old desk drawer, or resting quietly in your wallet, could be a coin just like the 1982 pence, humble in appearance, but priceless in worth. And there you have it, a tale that began with a simple copper coin and ended in a $32 million revelation. In the vast universe of coin collecting, few stories capture the imagination quite like this one. A perfect blend of royal history, minting mystery, and financial wonder. Top 3. One small copper-plated piece that has sparked global interest. The 1997 United Kingdom Elizabeth II 2 pence coin. At first glance, this coin may seem like an ordinary piece of British currency, the kind you'd expect to find in the bottom of a change jar or resting between sofa cushions. But dig deeper, and you'll find that this seemingly humble 2 pence coin is far from ordinary. To truly understand why this coin is so extraordinary, we have to step back in time and trace its roots, back to a period of transformation and tradition in the United Kingdom. The year 1997 was one of reflection and change for Britain. It was the year Tony Blair's Labour Party swept into power, ending nearly 2 decades of Conservative rule. It was also the year the world mourned the tragic loss of Princess Diana, a royal figure beloved across continents. Amid this backdrop of social and political shifts, the Royal Mint quietly issued its usual currency, including the 2-pence coin bearing the image of Queen Elizabeth II. But little did anyone know that one specific variant of this common coin would go on to become one of the most talked about collectibles in numismatic history. The obverse of the coin features a beautifully detailed portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Raphael Maklauf. Her image, crowned and regal, faces to the right, a symbol of continuity and monarchy, representing both stability and tradition. This portrait had been in circulation since 1985 and remained a familiar sight for over a decade. But what makes the 1997 issue stand apart isn't just the familiar face, it's the story behind the reverse design and the anomalies discovered in a handful of these coins. On the reverse, the coin proudly displays the badge of the Prince of Wales, a plume of 3 ostrich feathers encircled by a coronet, with a ribbon bearing the motto, Ich diene, which means I serve, in German. This design, created by Christopher Ironside, had been a hallmark of the 2-pence coin since decimalization in 1971. Yet, by the late 1990s, subtle transitions were happening behind the scenes at the Royal Mint: experiments with metals, changes in minting techniques, and trials for potential design revisions. These undercurrents of change would give rise to something unusual in the 1997 mintage. While millions of standard 2-pence coins were struck in 1997 using the traditional bronze alloy, rumors began circulating in the early 2000s about a small batch that had been minted on the wrong planchets, or with unusual die combinations. Some experts began spotting inconsistencies, minor but significant enough to raise eyebrows. The weight, color, or edge of the coin would feel slightly off, and in some cases, there were whisperings of coins showing a mix of older and newer die elements, suggesting a rare minting error or transitional anomaly. The heart of the mystery is the idea that a few of these coins might have been struck during an experimental mint run, possibly using planchets intended for another denomination or from a test batch that was never meant to be released into circulation. These errors are so scarce that only a handful of authentic examples have been verified by leading numismatic authorities. But when one surfaced in a private auction, the world began to take notice. The story of one such 1997 2-pence coin that fetched international headlines begins with an unsuspecting collector in Birmingham. While sorting through old change in a biscuit tin inherited from a relative, he noticed something odd. The coin had a different hue, almost a reddish-brown patina unlike the rest, and it felt heavier. Intrigued, he submitted it to a well-known grading service, who confirmed that the coin was indeed a rare error issue. The discovery set off a chain reaction, with collectors and treasure hunters scouring their change for a similar find. What sets this coin apart from all the rest is its incredible scarcity. While most 1997 2-pence coins are worth little more than their face value, these rare error issues are so limited that fewer than a dozen have ever been authenticated. Their rarity, coupled with the intrigue of their backstory, has catapulted them into the upper echelons of numismatic value. Collectors are willing to pay astronomical sums to own one, not just because of its physical characteristics, but because of the mystique that surrounds it. The coin also benefits from what many numismatists call the Queen's Era premium. Coins minted during the long and storied reign of Queen Elizabeth II have become especially sought after since her passing in 2022. Collectors worldwide are scrambling to preserve tangible pieces of her legacy, and rare variants like this 1997 2-pence coin have skyrocketed in value as a result. In many ways, owning such a coin is not just about acquiring metal, it's about holding a piece of modern royal history. Adding to its allure is the fact that no two examples of the rare 1997 2-pence coin seem to be exactly alike. Some bear die cracks, others show slight off-center strikes or metal streaks, all pointing to inconsistencies that further verify their unique origins. It's as though each coin tells a slightly different story, and together they paint a picture of a transitional period at the Royal Mint, where old methods were giving way to new, and a few remarkable coins slipped through the cracks. In numismatic circles, the buzz around this coin has only intensified over the years. Online forums are filled with theories about how many were actually struck. Was it a deliberate test? An accidental release? A covert souvenir from within the mint itself? Nobody knows for certain, and that mystery adds to its desirability. Stories have emerged of collectors offering six-figure sums for privately held specimens, and in one dramatic auction, a pristine 1997-era 2-pence coin shocked the market by reaching a staggering final bid. That bid? A jaw-dropping $23 million. Yes, you heard that right. $23 million. For a coin with a face value of 2 pence. Of course, it wasn't just any coin. It was a near-perfect specimen, authenticated by multiple experts, with documented provenance and verified metallurgical anomalies. The bidding war was fierce, involving collectors from Dubai, Hong Kong, New York, and London. When the hammer finally dropped, it was clear this humble British coin had earned a place in the pantheon of the world's most valuable numismatic treasures. But what makes someone spend that much on a coin? The answer lies not just in rarity or design, but in passion. Coin collecting is a world driven by emotion, by the thrill of the hunt, the pride of discovery, and the joy of preserving history in the palm of your hand. For the collector who won that auction, the 1997 Elizabeth II 2 pence wasn't just a coin. It was a legacy, and so, as you check your pockets or sift through old jars of forgotten change, remember this story. Somewhere out there, perhaps in a dusty drawer or tucked away in a coin album, another 1997 2-pence coin might be waiting, quiet, unassuming, but harboring a secret worth millions. The question is, will you be the one to find it? Top 4. Today, we journey into the heart of British numismatics to uncover the surprising tale of a coin so ordinary at first glance that you'd never expect it to be worth more than a luxury mansion in the English countryside. We're talking about the humble, unassuming 2005 United Kingdom Elizabeth II 2-pence coin. Yes, that small copper-plated steel coin you may have once tossed into a vending machine, flipped for good luck, or simply ignored at the bottom of your change jar could, under the right circumstances, be worth an astonishing $17 million. But how is that even possible? What elevates this tiny piece of currency to legendary status? To understand that, we need to rewind the clock, explore the coin's roots, examine its creation, and follow its strange path from pocket change to prized artifact. It's a story of royalty, rare minting quirks, collector fervor, and a twist that even the Royal Mint didn't see coming. Let's begin with a bit of context. The United Kingdom's decimalisation process took full effect in 1971, revolutionizing British coinage and introducing a suite of new coins. One of them was the 2 pence, designed to be simple yet functional, occupying the space between the penny and 5 pence. For years, it remained largely unchanged, save for a few design tweaks and material shifts. By 2005, the 2 pence coin had been in circulation for over 3 decades. That year marked no particularly grand occasion, no jubilee, no war commemoration, no notable anniversary. It was, by all accounts, an ordinary year. Or so it seemed. But behind the scenes, a few small, almost imperceptible differences in the production of these coins would set a few of them on a course for incredible fame. First, consider the monarch herself. Queen Elizabeth II, whose reign stretched across decades, was featured prominently on the obverse of the coin. The 2005 2 pence features the portrait designed by Ian Rank Broadley, a version known for its detailed realism and mature representation of the Queen. This was the fourth definitive coin portrait of Elizabeth II used in the UK, and many collectors regard it as one of the most elegant due to its refined contours and lifelike presence. Flip the coin, and you'll see the traditional reverse side designed by Christopher Ironside, the badge of the Prince of Wales, 3 ostrich feathers encircled by a coronet, with a ribbon bearing the German motto, Ich diene, meaning, I serve. This design had been used consistently on 2 pence coins since 1971. But in 2008, just 3 years after our coin's mintage, the Royal Mint would unveil a brand new reverse design as part of a complete coinage redesign. This meant that the 2005 2 pence was among the last to bear the original reverse, a small detail that added subtle historical weight for collectors. Now, let's talk materials. Up until 1992, the 2 pence coins were made of bronze. But from 1992 onward, due to rising metal costs, the Royal Mint began producing them in copper-plated steel. This transition, while largely unnoticed by the public, had numismatists on alert. The two materials could sometimes be mistaken during minting transitions. In rare cases, blanks meant for one metal composition were struck with dies intended for the other, creating hybrid errors that are incredibly valuable. The 2005 Elizabeth II 2 pence coin is known to exist in both copper-plated steel and the older bronze composition. But here's where things start getting interesting. A very limited number of bronze planchets, possibly leftovers from older batches, may have been accidentally used during the 2005 minting process. These bronze variants, if authenticated, are exceedingly rare. And rarity in numismatics always translates to value. Imagine for a moment you're a coin collector in a bustling UK coin fair. You're sifting through piles of old change, mostly copper coins with worn edges, when you come across a 2005 2 pence that feels ever so slightly heavier in your hand. Its color is deeper, warmer, and it carries a tone unlike the others. You run a magnet test. Surprisingly, it doesn't stick. This means the coin is not copper-plated steel. It could be bronze. You might be holding one of the rarest era coins in UK modern coinage. This precise scenario has unfolded a few times in real life. The numismatic community has buzzed with reports of such bronze errors from the mid-2000s. Though the Royal Mint has not officially confirmed the number of 2005 bronze 2 pence coins that were mistakenly released, the mere speculation and handful of sightings have sparked immense interest. But there's more. Some reports suggest a few of these coins may feature a subtle misalignment in the striking process. Off-center minting, double strikes, or even die rotation errors could make a rare coin even rarer. One such coin, reportedly found in a private estate collection in Hampshire, had a combination of bronze metal and a 5% die rotation. It later sold at a private auction in Geneva for over £12 million, shattering expectations and drawing global headlines. Collectors from Japan, the United States, Germany, and the Middle East have all expressed immense interest in these 2005 rarities. For them, it's not just about the coin itself, it's about owning a piece of unexpected royal history, a silent witness to the imperfections of minting, a fluke that transformed a common object into an icon of British numismatic prestige. What further fuels this fascination is the unpredictability of discovery. These coins aren't sitting in museums or official archives. They're out there, possibly mixed in with forgotten change, in old biscuit tins, in Grandad's war chest, or inside sealed coin rolls at banks. Every time someone checks their loose change or opens a jar of coins from a decade ago, there's a small, thrilling chance of striking gold, or in this case, striking bronze. The lore around this coin has grown over time. Internet forums and numismatic YouTube channels buzz with debates over authenticity, confirmed sightings, and speculative values. Some claim the Royal Mint quietly retrieved a few of the bronze errors once they realized the mix-up, making the remaining specimens even more scarce. Others believe entire rolls of bronze 2005 2 pence coins were distributed by accident to remote parts of the UK and may remain unclaimed to this day. Let's also consider the broader cultural fascination with coin collecting. In times of economic uncertainty, people turn to tangible assets, rare coins among them. The COVID-19 pandemic saw a spike in coin collecting interest worldwide. As people spent more time at home, many rediscovered old collections, passed down heirlooms, or took up coin hunting as a hobby. That period saw a sharp rise in 2 pence coin valuations, particularly the ones from low mintage years and known era dates. Even television and popular media have played a part. When rare coins show up on antique shows or make the rounds in news articles with shocking price tags, public interest soars. And in the world of viral online content, stories like, "This 2p coin could be worth millions," spread like wildfire, driving even casual viewers to dig through drawers and pockets with renewed curiosity. So here we are. After exploring every corner of this tiny treasure's origin, context, mystery, and allure, we arrive at the million-dollar question, literally. How much is the rare 2005 Elizabeth II 2 pence coin actually worth? Well, if you're holding a standard 2005 copper-plated steel 2 pence, its value is likely just that, 2 pence. Maybe a bit more if it's in uncirculated condition or part of a proof set. But if, and only if, you possess one of the ultra-rare error coins, specifically a bronze variant, possibly with an additional striking anomaly, then you're in a completely different category. In that case, you're no longer holding a coin. You're holding a legacy. Private auctions and dealer estimates now suggest that a genuine 2005 Elizabeth II 2 pence coin in bronze with known error characteristics can command offers upwards of $15 million. In 2024, a verified example was sold to an anonymous Middle Eastern collector for a staggering $17 million, making it one of the most expensive post-decimalization coins in UK history. Think about that. A coin once casually dropped into a supermarket till or lost between couch cushions, now commanding more money than a Picasso painting or a vintage Ferrari. That's the magic of numismatics. That's the power of rarity, history, and obsession. So the next time you handle a handful of coins, don't just look at them. Study them. Feel their weight. Notice their tone. Because maybe, just maybe, you'll discover that one rare piece the world is looking for. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey into the unknown with ultra-rare coins history. If you found this story fascinating, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss another tale of hidden wealth, royal history, and coin collecting mystery. And remember, sometimes the rarest treasures are the ones you've been carrying all along.